Hey, you. Yes, you. Let me give you 7 tips to master your coverage with any insurance. Let me give you a short backstory. I joined this business driven by a passion to alleviate the unnecessary suffering that arises from misinformation and lack of education. It pains me to see families facing hardship simply because they were not properly informed about policies and loans. My goal is to be that guiding hand providing clarity and guidance so that families can make informed decisions that secure their future. Together, let's break down barriers, dispel myths, and ensure that every family has the tool and understanding they need to strive financially. Here are 7 tips. Tip number 1, read your policy carefully. Take the time to read through your insurance policy carefully. The insurance policy might look long and have lots of fancy words, but it's important to understand it. Knowing what's covered will help you. Example, if you have a homeowner's insurance policy, make sure you know what type of damage are covered, such as fire, theft, or natural disasters, and what is excluded. Tip number 2, know your coverage limits. Check the coverage limits in your policy. This is the most your insurance will pay for a claim. Make sure these limits match what you need and the risk you might face. Example, if you have car insurance, understand the liability limits for bodily injury or property damage. Ensure they are sufficient to cover potential expenses in case of an accident. Tip number 3, understand deductibles. Your deductible is the amount you must pay out of pocket before your insurance coverage kicks in. Be aware of how much you're responsible for paying in the event of a claim. Example, if you have health insurance with 1,000 deductible, you need to pay the first 1,000 of covered medical expenses before your insurance starts covering cost. Tip number 4, be aware of exclusions. Insurance policies often list specific events or circumstances that are not covered. Be sure to understand these exclusions to avoid surprises when you need to make a claim. Example, travel insurance policies may exclude coverage for pre existing medical conditions or adventurous activities like skydiving or swimming with the sharks. Tip number 5, ask questions. Don't hesitate to ask your insurance agent or representative for clarification on anything you don't understand. It's better to ask questions up front than to be unsure when it's time to file a claim. Example, if you're unsure whether certain valuables are covered under your homeowner's insurance, ask your agent for clarification. Tip number 6, review annually. Life changes, and so do your insurance needs. Review your policy annually to ensure it still meets your requirements. Update your coverage if necessary. Example, if you've recently renovated your home, you may need to increase your homeowner's insurance coverage to account for the increased value of your property. And finally, tip number 7, keep records. Keep records of your insurance policy's correspondence with your insurer and important documents related to your coverage in a safe place. This will help streamline the claims process if you ever need to file one. Example, store digital copies of your insurance policies and related documents in a secure online storage platform or keep physical copies in a fireproof, safe place. Well, guys, this is the end. If you need assistance with reading your policy, or if you want to learn more of how you can join me in my journey to helping one family at a time, don't hesitate to reach out to me via any of my social media channels or comment below. By following these tips and understanding your insurance coverage, you can ensure that you're adequately protected when the time comes to make a claim. Stay safe, stay amazing, stay awesome.